Gute. So, we're down to the last sewing machine. The other one is in pieces next to me. I'm just cleaning up a bit. And the goal for now is not understanding, but just disassembling. Just to make this clear and not to raise any false expectations. Meaning that we are going to simply remove every screw that we can see and hope it comes apart. Sometimes the stuff is clamped together in a really weird way, and when it's getting too much of a hassle, then I will just stop. Nice. But we see how far we can go. The grease is really old and thick with this one. This is just the sliding shoe, and the needle pokes through here. This is nice. Also, I try to use the machine as often as possible. Sorry for the noise. I try to put a limiter in there, on there, for both our ears later on. And the difference, you may have noticed, to the last machine, sewing machine, the really cheap 50 or 50 euro sewing machine from the discounter, is the setup. So the last machine had like an endoskeleton. Basically we had a plastic cover on top, and it was hiding the actual machine. So it should be really easy to customize it, to produce it as a white label, and to easily adapt it to different customer wishes that want to have an inexpensive sewing machine, because you just have to design it once, and each customer then has just to pay for a new housing. Alright, this is what I was looking for. The hinges. And again, sorry for my mouth breathing. This is just a cold. I hope it's a cold. Beginning of 2020, you can't be sure if it's a cold or not. Something nasty. This is again, and there's also more of these inlay in here than in the other one. So again, 2 cents saved. If I take this, you see this is just a little metal, and this is fully covered. Obviously, every little helps in saving you money and meeting your price point. Let's get this hinge. This is actually something I will keep, because this is a nice hinge and you need nice hinges. Always keep your hinges. Okay. Again, this is the program selector, and it's so nice to see how it works. Even if you don't understand how it works. But yeah. And it's not that hidden. Remember this program selector from the cheapo machine? This is a selector. This is, I think this one is, I know that this is the program selector, the white thing. And this is basically the black thing back here. Ouch. Nice, and this is the actual programming, which will be like this one. So again, by making this piece a plastic piece, and this plastic gearing, this other one is really metal, you save another cent, or maybe a dozen cents, and meet your price point. See a screw, or try to remove a screw. I mean, I see a screw and I try to remove it. You don't see a screw. Now you see it. Nice. And what did this do now? I guess nothing. Ooh, another cent wasted. For 2 long screws. So this is where the power comes in, but I can't continue here for now. Oh, we go on to the bottom. And maybe start with the most obvious, the motor. But in order to get there, I need to remove this thing, the belt. Shouldn't be that big a problem, should it? Right. Flip. Here we go. This is the belt. Put it to the other belt. And continue with the screws. Oh, it's just mounted on the left. You can't see this, can you? It is just mounted on the left. Where the other motor was mounted on all 4 sides. Don't know if it's good or bad. As you see, the machine worked until now. Actually, I don't know if it worked because I never actually powered it on. Some more plates, and here we are with the power, and just as it was with the other machine, the cheapo machine, there's no fuse or anything like this to prevent the doo-doo. And as we saw in episode 1, there wasn't a fuse in the regulator. Oh, it's greasy. There isn't no timestamp. But thinking that it's like a few years apart, lots of years apart, they look surprisingly similar. Okay, this has 4 and this has just 3 flaps, but basically it's a little tiny, and this one is so greasy. Just keep in mind, this machine was 2.5 kilos heavier than the other one. the plastic one, the cheap one. So this means everything, this thing will be plastic normally today, but not there. Adding a few vital grams to those 7.5 kilos that the poor grandma or whoever owned this machine before had to put on the table every time she wanted to sew something for the niece or the grandchild or whoever. It's going to be interesting down here. This is a screw. You didn't see, but it most definitely was a screw. These are some big bolts in here. There, and there. I don't know if I can if I want to get them out. Ouchie. What are they holding down? It's like a two-parter. I think the top is bolted down, so this is like two parts. But since we weren't able to disconnect the rods from there that connected from up top to bottom, I don't think that this is viable. This is so greasy, everything. Just messing everything up, I think. Oh, it's so nice. Reassuring click-clack. Let's continue. And with continue, I mean break it beyond repair. And I'm positive this was assembled and put down in there, but I don't see how. Because there are no obvious screws. Nope. There's also a selector. Okay. And if you remember, this part in the other machine was also completely plastic. Whoa. Cling. But I think it comes, it is much easier to disassemble than the other one, for now. Maybe I'm just biased because it took me like 10 minutes to do exactly nothing with the last thing. Everybody loves flatheads. Right. Righty. Another screw on top. It's really hard, I don't think there's much in. There we go. Just had a look down there before. I think you saw it all the time. Because you have a better angle. If this strips, I'm fuculated. And I think I just added another half an hour to the disassembly. Great. Up to, but not limited to, half an hour. Yep. Oh, they're in there for good. It's not just pushed on top there. It's properly screwed in there. Oh, this is a two-parter. So maybe. And the fork there, so nice. See how this works? No friction. Okay, there's a reason why there's no friction, but it's so nice. To have this good metal on metal sliding action. Could do this all day. But since I can't get this stuff out of there, because I'm stripping the yep. Oh, one. Sorry. No way. Maybe it's the wrong screwdriver or it's the wrong whatever. Did they actually use bearings in there? We will never know. Guess what? I found the screwdrivers to get it out. Ta-da! I don't know if you have like a good angle for that, but we get the job done. Maybe this was a little... Can you tell that I'm not a machinist? I guess probably not. Nice. Hey, here we go. Come on. Although maybe it wasn't the brightest idea to disassemble this stuff with the upcoming crisis, because these mechanical sewing machines have one big advantage to the digital, meaning that you can use them with manual force. Basically, I was able, until an hour ago, to just turn this wheel, maybe disconnect the motor because then you have less drag, but you could operate it without electricity. Whereas the other machine, the digital machine, always needs a computer to tell her where to stitch and where it is and what to do, I think. So it's dumb. It can't do anything without the computer telling it what to do. So if we end up in the zombie apocalypse, then I just screwed myself because I can't provide, because I have to sew by hand when I want to mend my tent or whatever. Anyway, this is really nice. See these little arms here? They're for the action, to transfer the action from the one to the other. And we have these tiny things. I think it's also metal. Nice. So basically, again, that's the programming for the old version, and that's the programming for the new version. Try to guess which is the cheaper one and the newer one. Also, they use different kinds of metal. Right. Feel free to copy, I think. I don't think. Don't copy. Don't steal other people's property. So, let's continue on our quest to maximum disassembly. And the shaft is disconnected. Nice. There's again the worm gear. Worm gear is going up and down to this thing. So here we go. What do I see here? Is this the time for you to shine? No, it's not, because you're still too fat. I'm sorry. Okay, this is bolted, this is screwed. You see what I see, I think. This is another off-centered bolt, like the one we had with the other machine. Let's check. Yep. Can you see it? It's not centered. So if I turn it, it will wobbles. This is all just bolted and stuff. So maybe, no. I don't think there's so much to do. Can remove some more screws, but that will be it for today, I think. Oh, it's so oily. Come on. Don't be a beeb. Here you go. Where are you? You are too big and you might fit. Come on, don't be a dick. Yeah, you, come on. Saw you moving. Know you can do it. And maybe I should remove you completely. Sorry. And do I want to get this out? I know what I want to get out. This is another screw. At least all of my tools are now perfectly oiled after this. This is the reverse gear. That somehow reverses everything. Actually, I want to have a forky McFork face. I think that's a good thing to end on. I think this is the one time where an impact drill would help. Well, it's in there for good. But anyway, that is the wrong thing after all. Ah, here's Foggy McFogface. Nice. Maybe they have heated it before and then pushed it in and then let it cool off, so it's fitted by the different sizes and therefore you can't get it out anymore. And we have a year, 2000. So it's like 2000 versus 2005. Interesting, I would say. Good, we had a good look into them. And I think it's a perfect opportunity to stop here. Right, thanks a lot for watching. And yeah, I'll let you know when I find something else to disassemble. Bye.